Grand prize of the 13th anniversary event stats are now out. Let's take a look at the compiler science Dreadnought. We've got another brand new ship that was shown off on 10 Forward Weekly. To celebrate the 13th anniversary, the grand prize of the event will be a truly alien starship, the compiler science Dreadnought. This fantastic starship is visually inspired by a mix between the visuals of the V'ger entity as seen in Star Trek the motion picture, as well as concept art from the same, along with a portion of custom designs created in Star Trek Online for fleshing out the technology and enemies associated with the other, as seen in the current story arc. So, this ship, for one, let's just start out with some of the big questions. It is going to be account unlock. You will be able to earn this ship for free by taking part in the dailies for the anniversary event, which is awesome. So, let's get right into the ship. Originally fabricated to serve as remote processors for the entity known as the Other, these incomparable vessels have been reconstructed by the V'ger entity as means to aid in the safekeeping of our known galaxy. These inscrutable entities went to great lengths to provide starships that simple corporeal lifeforms can operate in a similar manner to other modern starships, but with a few additional strange pieces of technology built into their subsystems. It is unknown if we have unlocked their full potential, or if there is more to learn from their entirely alien design. This ship comes with a Lieutenant Commander Science Temp Ops Specialist Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Universal Temporal Operative Specialist Bridge Officer seat. This seating is probably some of the best seating that we have gotten on a ship since the Tamar Raider. For one, we have two spec seats, and they're both temporal, which is great because temporal lends itself really well to science, better than basically any of the other ones. This has me excited. Yes, it doesn't have full spec, but it's an event ship. That wasn't surprising. What surprises me is that a lot of previous event ships have suffered from being T6 ships only in the number of consoles they come with. This ship feels like a T6 ship. This is a ship that, if it were in the Zen store, would still be a strong contender as a ship to get. It would be technically slightly worse than a ship like the Edison that has dual temporal seating, but throwing in that secondary deflector and the science goodies would make it equal, if not a little bit better. So let's get into the ship details. It's tier 6, hull modifier of 1.425 and a shield modifier of 1.25. This thing is going to be tanky. Like, the ship I would directly compare it to, honestly, would be the Sona Collector Dreadnought or maybe the Krenamanarax Dreadnought. For its bridge officer stations, we've got a Lieutenant Commander Tactical, Ensign Engineering, a Lieutenant Commander Science Temp Ops, a Commander Science, and a Lieutenant Universal / Temp Ops. This seating, honestly, impressive. The big one, Commander Science. It means that you will be able to have your Grav Wolf 3 and your Delayed Overload Cascade 3 and not have to give up any of your big Temp Ops abilities. Granted, you won't get Recursive Shearing 3, you could at best get 1, but your unconventional procs aren't going to be taking up space, and that makes me happy. Plus, you've still got a Lieutenant Commander Tactical, so all your firing modes are still going to be there. Console layout, we've got 3 Tactical, 3 Engineering, 5 Science. Again, I hate not seeing a lot of tactical consoles, but not overly surprising on a ship like this. Base turn rate of 6, an impulse modifier of 1.5 with inertia of 50. It means it's going to be slow, and it's going to be hard to stop. It is a science dreadnought. This isn't overly surprising. With something like the competitive engines, you can definitely fix a lot of the shortcomings of this ship. We got plus 10 to shield power and ox power. Again, not surprising for a science ship like this. We'll get into the console a little bit later. Dual cannons. I don't know why you would ever want to use them on a ship like this. It's too slow, but you can. It's got a hangar bay. We'll get into the pets a little bit later. And because of the science ship, it's got sensor analysis. I don't personally use it all that much. And then it's got the Starship Mastery for science vessels. So, exotic damage, shield hit points, healing, shield regen hardness, and we'll get into the trait a little bit later. I like the shield HP, mainly just because of debris screen. That's about it. Admiralty, again, leans hard into Psi. Plus 35 Psi when alone will be pretty useful for those of you who need more science ship to fill out your Admiralty roster. So let's get into this console. The Volatile Digitation Matrix. Digital transformation is not too dissimilar from transport technology, but on a scale of refinement beyond modern imaginings. This process is capable of reading and digitally storing absolutely anything imaginable, including the subconscious thought processes of intelligent biological and non-biological life forms, then recreating them in perfect detail. This particular adaptation of the technology serves as a weapon in starship combat by completely digitizing your starship and crew into volatile energy, which may be used to harm enemies, before rebuilding all transformed matter exactly as it previously was. As a gift from V'ger and Ilea, this technology is capable of being installed on all modern starships. By the way, that blurb means that this console will be equipable on any ship, not just this one. This console also provides a passive boost to power transfer rate, EPG, and max shield capacity. Max shield capacity for debris screen, everybody. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. This console can be equipped in a console slot on a starship, and you may only have one of these consoles equipped at a time. So, it's a toggle, lasts up to 20 seconds or until deactivated, transforms you into a digital digitizer probe, disables basically all of your abilities, gives you a plus 400% to flight speed, and it will do plasma damage to every SPO within 5 kilometers every single second. When the transformation ends, it will do a massive plasma damage to foes within 5 kilometers, and after 5 seconds will create 4 digitizer probes which will go outward and target other people, which is awesome. Basically, it's the end game for torp people. You just become the torpedo at that point. Reject starship, become torpedo. The trait is digital compilation. Whenever an enemy of frigate rank or higher is defeated after receiving exotic damage from you, they will be transformed into a digitizer probe. So this thing is all about the digitizer probes. It seems like a lot of fun. It's going to be fun to mess with. The visual spam is probably going to get annoying very fast because everyone is going to be capable of doing this, but we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. For our new hangar pets, we have digital construct drones. These automated drones are large enough to be considered frigates by many modern starship standards, and thus only support at a maximum of 2 being deployed per wing. So, keep in mind they are frigates. And this can be equipped on this ship as well as any ship with 2 hangar bays, so full carriers and flight deck carriers. No strike wing escorts and Dreadnought cruisers with 2. I don't believe we'll be able to, but I'll have to check in on that for those of you who own the Universe class. So, this will be an interesting one. We already saw most of these, but I'm curious to see what the elite ones do. So, it has 2 digitizer plasma beam arrays, 1 fore, 1 aft, 1 digitizer plasma dual beam bank, and a heavy plasma digitizer probe. So basically it's torpedo. It has subnuke. The pets have subnuke. They gave pets subnuke. Let's not forget that they also have beam overload 3. And they have gravimetric conversion 3. They will also do a digital impact where they will turn into a torpedo at low health and ram themselves into an enemy, dealing massive amounts of plasma damage. Honestly, this might be one of the strongest event ships we have ever gotten. But what do you guys think of this brand new vessel? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you are excited for the 13th anniversary. As always, you have been live with Endeavor Gaming, and remember to keep calm and game on.